Okay, we have some top news coming in, and it just keeps appearing about the Republican Tony Gonzales. And so with me here is Bradley, and I am going to talk about this because we did a drawing collaboration which is connecting to this whole event. It's very big what happening around him, because he quit the Congress. That's the top news from today. And the whole thing is that why is this happening? Like why is it so serious that he had this affair with his aide? And there is more, because she torched herself on fire, and that's why we're talking about this. So Bradley, it's like a big deal, all of this, because you made a drawing about, we did a collaboration.
I don't know if that can be seen, but yeah, there it is.
You need to hold it a bit closer if you can, Bradley, because
let me see what I could do. What about this?
Yeah, we can see that there's a bit of fire there. Yeah. So this is the drawing that Bradley did, and we had this collaboration where it's hard to explain it, but there is a video about that. I'll just show it. Here's the video from February 4th, where we talked about having burns and being burned, and also I said that this would be in the top news, and since then we had Tony Gonzales less than 2 weeks later having this rumor on February 17th started that he had an affair with the aide, and then March 4th, March 4th, 2026, he admitted to the affair with this aide that died from suicide. But in the media, let me know if you want to say something, Bradley, if you want to add something. So in the media, you can just interrupt me if you want to say something, Bradley. It's totally okay. So in the media, they don't really talk about what happened around Tony Gonzales.
No.
Yeah.
I only found out about it through you when you first sent me the message.
Yeah, so the whole thing is that she torched herself on fire. So you can see this in this Express News and on other places, but here they mention the autopsy of her because there is
I think this is a bit odd, because that's not a common type of suicide unless you're like doing a protest. A lot of people burn themselves alive in protests and stuff. Like you can see monks doing that and stuff like that. You see that,
True.
But if someone were to kill themselves, usually it's not like burn themselves alive. That's a very extreme way to do that. Like all suicide's kind of extreme, but that's like one of the most extreme ways you can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. It's like there are easier way of doing it, and so it's and this is very painful. So
yeah.
So there is apparently video home security that caught her when she torched herself on fire, and she was in. I'll just read a bit what it says. She walked through part. Where did I start? Okay. Video from a home security system shows that Santos Aviles was alone in her backyard when she ignited herself. She tried to extinguish the flames by rolling on the ground, and then she crawled to a faucet and poured water on herself with a garden hose, police report says. She then walked through parts of her home, leaving a trail of blood and burned skin in a bedroom and hallway before she collapsed in front of on the front porch, where first responders found her shortly after on September 13th. So the whole thing here is that Tony Gonzales, he is suddenly in the top news for being, Republican congressman, right? And he is now, how do you say, ending his career entirely. He's...
Come on.
Yeah, you're back. It's okay.
Yeah.
So Tony Gonzales is quitting Congress, and let's see what it says. Yeah, because of this incident with his aide. So this is just this story is it's continuing, and this is the whole point of the drawings, is that they are supposed to depict the top news, and even when it's like this is horrific news, but still it is the news. It is like this collaboration is measurable. Like you can measure the result here on the world stage. And it also raises the question, what is real, in this is, as I see it, this is real, what is happening. The whole thing is that the world is different than people think. People think that the world is with I don't know how to explain it, that normally when you see things with your eyes, you see that there is a normal causality. Things affect each other in a normal way, when you look just out the window, things looks normal. But suddenly Bradley, he had his dream about the fire, and that's what we talked about in this collaboration.
That was
yeah, you can speak. Oh, it broke out.
Happening with that, and some of that I won't get into. And I think some of that might have been around the same time that this event happened. I'm not saying it was, but it's hard to correlate, but it definitely could have been happening around the time that the person did this. Again, I'm not saying it is, because I did not keep track of this stuff, but that was an awkward time.
Can you say the same thing again, because it broke up a bit, the contact? Can you say the whole thing from the beginning, because the internet had some problems there?
Yeah, like I said, like I simplified as dreams, but that was a very intense, crazy time for me. I don't fully understand what was happening. And it could have been, because it was around kind of similar to the time frame of this thing happening. I don't know if it was happening at the same time, but it could have been. I did not I'm not trying to correlate it or say it is, but I'm just saying it definitely could have been happening around the same time.
So
again, I didn't keep track of it, so there's no proof. But I'm just saying it could have been.
actually, the affair that Tony Gonzalez had with his aide was before our collaboration, and her she burned herself before it. But the whole thing is that it popped up after our collaboration, and suddenly a congressman is in the top news and he's quitting because of this big event with someone torching herself on fire because of that. Like if she wouldn't have done that, he would still be in Congress and he would still run for how do you say, in Texas to he would still do that. So that's the whole thing. That if it
I was just saying, like the dreams, or what I'll just say is dreams of burning, that could have been happening around the same time as this. I'm not saying it was, but I'm just saying
I get it.
maybe.
I get it. Yeah, that could be. That could be.
Yeah.
So these things are weird.
Again, I'm not gonna say it is because I don't have proof of that.
No,
so I'm not gonna say it is, but yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow, I don't know what to say more, but do you have something more to say about your drawing and some? Do you have something more to say about it?
I will say I do find it, like I was telling you, I do find it interesting. She burned herself in a garden.
Yeah.
And Angel, Garden of Eden type deal. And I was looking at it, and I don't think maybe this has a connection, but there is a guy I drew in the corner, and he has a Z on his chest, or something that resembles a Z.
See.
I mean, Gonzales got a couple Z's, and again, I'm not saying it is anything. Something I noticed, something I found interesting. But yeah, it's like I was looking at the drawing, I'm like, oh yeah, that guy does have, like, it could be a Z on his chest.
Do you mean Zed?
Oh yeah, Zed for you. My bad. I forget we pronounced it differently. Yeah, Zed.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Guy in the corner.
It makes sense. True.
Yeah.
Good point.
Because I don't know, I'll just, for example, if I can show it, I don't know if you see it, but that guy, if you look, again, I don't know how this is coming off or how this is showing.
You're showing the wrong. It wasn't visible.
I don't know.
You need to turn it. How do you say? The camera is not recording the image that you draw.
It's not recording the image.
Sorry, the
drawing.
The drawing. I mean, you had it to be too high. Whatever. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Well, I can always show it in post, or you know.
Yeah.
We have the picture.
So Bradley, I'm interested. Could you please just try to imagine and share your do you have some thought or some philosophy about what is happening here? What did we just do? And how is this possible? Just do you have some wild ideas about what you think is happening? What is happening here? Like so as I see it, you have your dream first of all, which is there's some kind of potency in this dream, and that's why we had a collaboration. But what more do you have to say? Do you have some ideas or something?
Yeah,
So,
it's just it is kind of scary for me with the dreams and the thoughts because I did not understand what was happening. I still don't understand what was happening, but I do think it had to mean something. And um, I probably there's probably other people that have better explanations of this. You could probably say it better, John. But I do think it's like when you open yourself up to some of these energies and you don't have to fully believe, you could just be like, oh, there's a chance with this, like there's something to this a little bit. I do think the energies will kind of like be aware of that, or maybe just your energy will run into their energy to the certain energy on the
hmm.
like it will be on the same frequency, and it will allow you to maybe not see things but maybe be more open to certain things that other people wouldn't notice in life. Because I remember what you said in your video you just made, and
Mm-hmm.
you're like, how can people not see this? It's hidden. Now, I love movies and I love storytelling. I love books and stuff like that. I like stories, so I connect it through that. One of my favorite book series is Percy Jackson. Now, in that book, there are monsters walking around, but the humans can't see it because of the mist. Like they have mist in their eyes, so they see something else that's similar but not. They might see a little bit, and then there's
Yeah,
some people that can see through the mist, and I kind of see it like that. Is
yeah.
there's a lot of mist going on, and
That.
some people can have the energy to maybe see through it, some more than others.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm as in tuned as you and John, but I can see maybe a little bit because I'm more open to it than other people would be.
Okay.
That's just kind of how I see it.
It sound your explanation makes me think about Plato's cave and seeing the shadows on the wall. Um, you know what I mean? The
I'm not sure if I've heard of that.
oh Plato's cave allegory. It's a
Oh,
real.
the Greeks philosopher.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a
Okay.
cave and you see there's a fire and you see shadows dancing
Yeah.
and people believe that shadows dancing that are real, you know. So yeah,
Hmm.
I agree with that there is some kind of cave and there are many caves and
Hmm.
many of these how do you say mists. Yeah.
Hmm.
So but I think it's like it's a part of this life for it to be like that. But it's also interesting, like from your perspective, do you think that you know what what we talked about in this video here, you and I, we're talking about um, how do you say Tony Gonzalez and his aide burned herself to death, like it was 100% burns. Like, is this something that everyone sees in, like, is this something that anyone would see? Like, do you think that this is reality here, what we're doing, or do you think that we are in some kind of isolated environment where we only see what we want to see? What do you think?
Uh, that's I mean, a lot of people would say like, oh, you're just seeing what you want to see,
Yeah,
and
but
I try to be open to everything, so maybe
yeah,
that could be a possibility. But I don't know. I've seen there's some stuff like we were talking earlier, like the Bradley Wilburn.
yeah,
There's some stuff that's too
it's very
on the
specific.
nose. Like, sure, you could easily, and I don't argue with the people that are like, you're nuts or you're crazy.
Bradley will not. Sorry, but
Bradley Wilbur, yeah, that
no.
fucked me up, dude. Like
So
that's just great.
let me just show that. So there were some top news just before. So Barry Wilburn
Barry.
Yeah, and it was
My bad.
just before Super Bowl, a Super Bowl champion burned to death by accident. So things, so as I would say, like I just asked you the question, like, do you think that we are like that we imagine something, a world, you know, and we have evidence, but
I don't think so. I
I
can
don't think
see
so. Also,
why
like
other people wouldn't believe, and I don't get mad at those people
you
like
have
that don't get into it, but
like
I don't know.
this is the whole thing, like that's why I'm trying to show evidence, like we're showing evidence here of what's actually happening. And so because of that, as I see it, even if this is, you know, this is remarkable what's happening, um, I have to be confident that this is real, like this is real what's happening. And
Yeah.
what we are doing, Bradley and I, as I see it, is that we are using some kind of perception together. We are perceptive together, and this world becomes a bit charmed from that. Like the world becomes charmed, and becomes it basically, how do you say, it happens. As I see it, because of the collaboration being this specific, with Bradley having a dream about burning, because of that, the art becomes more more effective in you know,
Yeah.
having
And
a connection to what happens. Yeah.
yeah, and like look, and I get it, like I do think the universe will send in like rabbit holes and stuff to kind of keep you off the path, right? I do think some energies will do that. And yes, some of it may be that, but I do think there is something to this, because some of it, it's just too on point. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't know what the end goal for it is. I don't know exactly what it means, but I do find it fascinating how the energies work through certain people to show you things that maybe other people wouldn't notice,
Yeah.
and because they're just not open to those energies.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So I will be like, what you see on the screen right now is this video with our collaboration, and in this video description I'm going to add this new thing also that happened, or it's been happening throughout the months from February, but I didn't catch on to it until lately. So
Yeah.
I mean, this is,
Neither of us were aware beforehand of this happening.
yeah, but still, things are still happening, even if we don't see
Yeah.
it. You know, it's still happening.
Yeah,
So
I'm just saying you can't be like, oh, they knew this lady did this and that's why they did it. No,
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 but
that was not the case
because
at all.
and why, you know, because this began as a rumor in February 17th, which was after our collaboration. Like we did the collaboration, and then 2 weeks later the rumor started with Tony Gonzales having an affair with this aide that burned herself to death. That's what happened. And yeah, and this is in the top news, and I don't know how people can ignore this. You know, people are somehow able to ignore these kind of things. I don't know how that's
Yeah.
possible, but I you know, I can't even imagine how this can be ignored here, what we're doing. I don't get it. But anyhow, um, um, so also you had a flood, right?
Yeah.
So that's also interesting because you had this fiery experience, you could say, but then came the water, almost as if
The water.
it wanted to it had to, you know, turn it down a bit, the fire, you know, something like that. Or what date did you what date were you flooded?
Oh, my bad. I don't know the date. I think it was like a couple months ago, probably. It wasn't too long ago. I think maybe a few months ago. My bad. I'm not good with dates. I should.
At least
But it
it.
was like, it wasn't too long after we did the drawing, I remember, because I did find it interesting. I'm
Yeah.
like, because we've had floods before, but it was just interesting timing that, like, oh, like, because I didn't know where the drawing was for a while because of that flood. I'm like, that's interesting. It didn't get destroyed, but I'm like, it's almost like the universe sent a flood to douse the
The flame.
metaphorical flame of the
Yeah.
picture. It's
Yeah.
very odd.
Yeah, that's also interesting. That so sometime, like, let me repeat, like it's sometime after the drawing collaboration with the fire, the water came in, and basically, yeah, as you said, it's
it
also a
it
big deal,
didn't
you know.
destroy it, but it's almost like it was trying to. Like,
Yeah.
and again, I'm not saying like literally it might have just been a flood, but it's just interesting timing. Like the
Mm-hmm.
universe is like,
Mm-hmm.
oh fuck you, fuck your shit.
Yeah, I get it. So, um, yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything more to say? Like,
uh, on this, I think because I talked about the garden thing,
yeah,
I think I said all I can really say about it. Unless you want
yeah.
to talk some more about it, I'm you know.
Like, I just want to end by saying that there are also a lot of other things that happen. You can see it over there right now,
Yeah.
and there were some terror attack connected to the rekindling of the fire. Some that happened some time after. Um, the Wire star Bobby Brown dies in a fire, and this is, you know, this is top news material, top news stuff. You know, Bobby, it's a top news, but um, connecting to your drawing, you know.
Hmm.
It's not often a celebrity dies in a fire. Also, I just checked it, you know, sometime earlier, not right now, but I just was interested, like, how often does a celebrity die in a fire? And that's not often, you know. So
No.
yeah,
And that was interesting. I know I said Bradley, I fucked it up, but it's just because the name Barry Bradley. But yeah, it's that was interesting.
yeah,
Barry will burn
yeah.
died
That's
in a fire.
yeah. That was another celebrity. So that there were two celebrities. Uh, One Super Bowl champion, one The Wire star, Bobby Brown.
Yes,
A terror attack in France at the rekindling of the fire ceremony. Um, and
wasn't there like a picture? You said
yeah,
like the
there
face
was,
of the picture burned
yeah,
away.
there were also a drawing of an angel that was removed an hour and 30 minutes later after our collaboration.
Hmm.
The local media in Italy reported of the what was it? An angel of what's her name? Prime Minister in Italy, Meloni. And the thing about her is that her party has an image of a fire on it. So it was kind of a burning angel that was removed on the face of the fresco
Hmm.
in Italy. So yeah, that's like the first thing that happened was this. It was also top
Yeah, I
news.
remember that.
Yeah, so that's a lot of things happened around you and your drawing, and it's interesting, you know.
Hmm.
And it's like we when we had when we have this collaboration, it's like we are, uniting in some kind of dream together, you know, and things are being formed from that almost, you know. I mean, how else do you explain it? I mean, it's when things are, you know, this is a bit spontaneous what we're doing. Even the art collaboration that we did was, you know, it was spontaneous in a way that you just, like, I just revealed to you the subject and you didn't know about it before, and because of that,
Yeah.
it was all spontaneous, you know. Anyhow, that's all that I have to say. So yeah, so I'll just end this video in just a minute if you didn't have anything more to say.
Yeah, like I'll just gonna like play off of what you just said. Like
Yeah.
it was very spontaneous. We didn't even know exactly when we were gonna do it, down to the last like maybe 30 minutes before we did it. I did not speak to you beforehand. Well, I did in an email, but we had not like spoken on YouTube chats or anything. Like you didn't know. I just reached out to you in an email.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was very like there was no like plan. We didn't talk about this beforehand. It just happened. Like that
Yeah.
was our first time speaking vocally to each other, was on that call. Like I had not met you before that, you
Yeah.
know, besides a couple emails.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's something whatever, like it's amazing, okay? So anyhow, I want to thank Bradley for being here also today, and so we could talk about this. Thanks, Bradley. I'll
Thank you for having me.
yeah, I'll add you to this video also, so that we are like we are collaboratives, you know, on the video itself also.
Yeah.
So yeah. If you want to upload the video, you know, I will add the video also to. I'll send the original video to you. If you want to, you can upload it on your channel also, Bradley.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, if you want. You don't. It's not. You don't have to. But if you want to, you can upload it on your channel. But anyhow, that's all. You know. Thanks, Bradley, for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Okay.